You bald-headed melon. No, not you. You. Look what I just saw on my screen 2 minutes ago. God, oh my God, I miss him so much. I miss him so much. Guardiola! Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reacting to some clips and some hot takes from the overlap this week. No Kara and no Scholes, no actual football players on the podcast, but there is StuntPegg. She is absolutely amazing. She is a football savant. She is only one of a few people who actually use their brain before speaking, and I was told there was an absolute doozy this week. So I cannot wait to see what we have in store. Let's do this.
All-time Premier League 11 right-wing position is now Mo Salah. Do we all agree?
Gareth does.
What formation though?
Interesting. First of all, to that guy, obviously it's 4-3-3 if we're talking about right wingers. It's obviously 4-3-3, Jesus Christ. But still, that is a pretty big claim. Not really. Mohamed Salah, all-time Premier League 11, 4-3-3 on that right wing. I mean, there's Freddie Ljungberg, there's Cristiano Ronaldo, there's Riyad Mahrez, and obviously we have a couple other players, and Mohamed and Anthony, and Mohamed Salah. I do think he could be number one. He could be. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, I understand the argument for someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. But as of, honestly, like 2 years ago, no, like a year and a half ago, Mohamed Salah has been that guy for me at the right wing position. If I did an all-time 11, and I might do this in a future video, let me know down in the comments down below if you'd like me to make a video like that. 4-3-3, he would definitely be in contention for me. The only other player that I would look at in that position would be Cristiano Ronaldo, especially at his time at Manchester United, that incredible Ballon d'Or winning season. But Mohamed Salah has transformed his game. He's adapted well by losing a little bit of his pace. He wasn't as fast. He's not as fast as he was in his debut season, scoring like 40 goals in all comps. But because of that, the great players, the legends of our time, they adapt to what their team needs the most. This guy creates chances for his team. This guy scores goals for his team. 42 goals against the Premier League top six. That is more than those two legends combined. Ronaldo and Drogba combined. That is absolutely insane. Right now, he is my leading contender for player of the season. This is a Premier League table of Mohamed Salah's greatness, ladies and gentlemen. Without Mohamed Salah, Liverpool would be so far down the list, they wouldn't even be in the contention for top 3. They'd be so far down the list. Mohamed Salah literally is Liverpool Football Club. I respect Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alisson and Virgil van Dijk, still one of the best defenders in the league. But without Mohamed Salah, Liverpool would be nowhere near a title charge for this season right now. And of course, I would love to know your opinion, so drop your opinion down in the comments down below. Do you think Mohamed Salah is the greatest right winger in Premier League history? Does he make an all-time Premier League 11 out?
Salah's responsibility is to score goals, whereas David Beckham's responsibility was to create goals.
I mean, Salah's 5 assists away from David Beckham, so he can also...
You absolute queen, StuntPegg. Look at that face, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that face. Absolutely priceless. Bamboozled. This man just got hoodwinked. Yes, I am American, ladies and gentlemen, but I do know a lot about football. I understand, and I'm very well aware of David Beckham's great years at Manchester United. All the titles that he's won, especially the 99 year. David Beckham was considered by many the best player in world football that year. Yes, David Beckham's responsibility was crossing and assisting, and Salah's was more goals. But, ladies and gentlemen, if we reverse the two, Salah still comes up on top. 8 years of consistency. 8 years of consistently putting up high numbers. Being one of the best football players in the league. This man has been doing it for years and years. I'm sorry, in terms of our right-wing conversation, I'm so sorry. I forgot David Beckham's name earlier. He definitely belongs in that conversation.
Your hot take?
I'm so confident. Dwight McNeil deserves an England call-up.
Really?
Oh, I love hearing from local fans and outside the top six. It's so refreshing to hear. More of this, please, ladies and gentlemen. That is actually a pretty good shout. Dwight McNeil, 3 goals, 3 assists in 11 games. He ranks amongst the top players in the league, the best of the best in his position for assists, chances created, successful crosses, and dribbles. Dwight McNeil is an incredibly underrated player. This is not really a hot take in my opinion. There are a lot of England players that don't deserve to be playing, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm just being unbiased. I don't think Kyle Walker should play for England ever in a major tournament because I honestly think he's just done. I think they should utilize Trent Alexander-Arnold a little bit more. Or honestly, he should just be the starting right back. I mean, you could put Trippier as a left back or Luke Shaw, but no, there are a lot of players that deserve to be playing for England, and they don't get the recognition because it is a popularity contest. It is a club bias contest. Somebody from Everton has to work twice as hard as somebody from Manchester City just to get the same amount of minutes in this England squad. It's pathetic.
We're here being passionate fans, turning up week in, week out, going away from home, doing whatever. Stop ripping us off. Stop exploiting our loyalty.
Stop exploiting our loyalty. I 100% agree with that. Look, I'm not against foreign fans. Obviously, that wouldn't make any sense. I am one. However, I do dislike putting foreign fans ahead of local fans. Season ticket prices, match day ticket prices are going up is to accommodate more non-local fans. And what they talked about in the overlap video is that a lot of people, especially young people, have been priced out. And somebody mentioned, I think it was Adam who mentioned, that the overall age of attendees has gone up. It's gone up every single year over the last couple of years. Football is a working class game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a working class game. I despise people that go to games and record the entire match. I hate that so much. I do not respect these people. Locals do not do this. Stop exploiting our loyalty. That is pretty much the crux of the matter, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, scream that from the rooftops louder because that is 100% what is going on. The Premier League, besides Crystal Palace, that's what I heard in the video. Every single club besides Crystal Palace had an increase in their ticket prices, and that is just despicable. Said, I'm not against foreign fans. I'm not against foreign fans. I love the idea of people from all countries, all walks of life, coming to Manchester and visiting and watching a City game because they support the club. That is absolutely beautiful. But that comes at a cost, ladies and gentlemen, when you do too much. There's a balance.
If those sections, we prioritised the local supporters and we gave them discounted access.
That is a brilliant solution. Brilliant solution. Prioritizing the famous stands, Cop, the Stretford End, places like that, to locals at discounted prices. It's sad that we're treating locals as like veterans or like kids at this matter because the prices have been astronomically high over the last several years, and that's unfortunately the road in which we have to take, and these are the measures that we're trying to bring up. They're not going to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't think they're going to do this. They should. Local fans, in my opinion, should be top priority in terms of getting an atmosphere in the stadium. Not only does it help local fans, it helps the team. A better atmosphere is going to lift up the morale of a football team 100%, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, believe me, I've seen this in real time with professional football players. When crowds are riled up, when crowds are singing and chanting, they get locked in. These athletes get locked in. Imagine going into the stadium and just having it be completely dead silent. You don't even want to play at that point. Obviously, I'm not 100% aware of the economics of the matter, but I don't know, start with something like 10, 15% or 20% of a discounted ticket price for young kids. Why are young kids getting priced out of going to matches? That is absolutely insane. Do you want to grow your fan base? If you do, you can't do that. You can't price out young kids, young local kids, kids from Manchester that want to go watch United or City, kids from Liverpool that want to watch Liverpool, from London that want to watch Fulham or Arsenal or especially Chelsea, top 6 clubs. They're getting priced out, and it's disgusting. Get more fans into the door, more revenue into the door. That's great. But if it comes at the cost of losing the local support, pissing them off, and destroying the atmosphere, what's the point?
But I think we're going to do the unthinkable and the unimaginable, and we'll win the Champions League. Okay,
I love your enthusiasm. No, Right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, if I had to pick a favorite, I would say the final should be between the two best clubs in world football, in my opinion, Liverpool versus FC Barcelona. That would be my Champions League final. Those are the two best teams in Europe. In my opinion, those are the two favorites to win the Champions League this season. That would be an astronomically incredible final. Not Arsenal. Arsenal is not the favorites. All jokes aside, Arsenal are definitely capable of winning the Champions League. It's the Champions League. It's not a 38-game season. Obviously, people are laughing in the room, and yes, obviously, it's so easy to poke fun at Arsenal, but all jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, Odegaard is playing like the best football player on planet Earth right now. Bukayo Saka is doing what he's been doing for the last several years, and that's consistently showing up on the big stage. And honestly, Arsenal fans have a lot of positivity. They've had a really tough schedule in the Premier League. They're not in the title race by a lot of pundits' measures, which is crazy in my opinion. Arsenal are they've always been in the title race, and they always will until the end of the season, but still, Arsenal fans wanting the Champions League instead of the Premier League, I think that the Premier League is more likely because the Champions League, a lot of other teams have more experience, especially on European nights.
For example, Chelsea, we had to knock on the door for ages, and ultimately in 2012 we got a reward. Look at what Manchester City had to go through. Semi-final after semi-final, some very uninspiring.
Oh yeah, we've had to endure. All right, we've had to endure. Chelsea obviously lost their first Champions League final against Manchester United, and their second one they won. City, it's pretty much the exact same story. Ironically, to Chelsea, in one of the most infuriating goals I think we've ever conceded in our history. Zinchenko, I'm never going to forgive you. But still, it is the League of Hard Knocks, ladies and gentlemen. You don't just win the Champions League on your first try. You have to compete, and you have to go through teams like Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern München, Barcelona, and even Manchester City in this modern age to win the damn thing. Yes, we've endured a lot of hardships in the Champions League, but honestly, collectively, I think we can all agree as City fans, it made Rodri's goal, it made that win in Istanbul all the more special. That game against Liverpool where we lost 3-0, that was horrific. I was so pissed off, I was so deflated. Tottenham, just the tiniest of margins of Aguero being offside. Monaco, Real Madrid in the semi-final. Real Madrid again, Rodrigo's 2 goals in like 20 seconds. Horrible. That Monaco game that we lost was absolutely diabolical. But there have been a couple of those games in our existence, and honestly, and that Chelsea loss. But it makes our Champions League win that much sweeter. Well, that is the end of this video. If you did make it this far, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing if you are new. I am very close to 8,000 subscribers. I think like 70 or 80 subscribers away. It is absolutely insane. You all are all so freaking awesome. Thank you all so much. I will see you all next time.